Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it's time for a squat and deadlift day. So today I kept it very, very simple. I wanted to get some sets in with the 405 on the squat. I haven't really seen the footage yet. I've kind of put it all in here, and I'm just going to voice over as I go. Doesn't look like I have a whole lot, so I'm not going to trim anything out. So I kind of put in my warm-up sets and stuff too. You know, that comes up too. People are like, what do you do for warming up? For squatting, I do 1 rep off camera. I do 225 for a good 6 second pause, and then I go straight to what you see here. So kind of just did 315 as a warm-up, a little bit of a pause. I went with 405 and just went for 3 sets of 3. Now I managed to squeeze out 6 reps last time. I would have liked a little more depth. I'm trying to really get these to be full Olympic style squats. And again, I'm trying to find a good position. As my shoulder mobility has been improving, trying to find the right grip and the good positions. I wasn't happy with the bar position on the first 2 sets of 405. The third set coming up felt the best. Right, I kind of got in my groove, and it almost makes me want to work on doing more sets. I feel like, you know, if I'm going to do triples like this, I can build this up, right? Because the last time I just did 1 top set, then did 3 long pauses. At this point, my rack position and stuff isn't good enough to get a lot out of front squats. I feel like my shoulder mobility has to continue to improve before I'm going to really be able to do front squats effectively. But I can now do pull-ups. I can now do double overhand, like overhand grip pull-ups, which we're seeing on the upper body days. So this stuff is working. It's working. But the other thing that's nice here, at least my shoulders feel good doing this, the high bar stuff. And again, I'm kind of getting into my groove on these, really feeling a ton of quad activation. And like I said, the first and second set of these, I didn't have the bar perfectly where I wanted. It didn't feel as stable. I didn't have like my upper back locked in the way I like. But the third set it did. So I'm starting to really find, when I use a normal straight bar like this, I'm really starting to find my sweet spot. And then once I have that, I think we're going to see this just progress and progress and progress. So right here, this set, I was really happy with where the bar sat. It felt secure, felt stable, felt like I had a good grip on it with my hands, felt like that bar was not going to move. It was locked in, and accordingly, this set felt good, right? Felt good. Again, I want to keep working on trying to get these deeper. The pause work will help with that. I mean, we're definitely at Olympic squat here. This is definitely well below parallel. I'm definitely feeling a ton of quad activation, and that's what I want. I want to bring my quads back up. And again, we're working on just being all around athletic. Of course, I am cutting right now. Now, the thing is, for deadlifts, I'm like, you know what? I'm not in the mood to do deficits anymore. Deadlift is my ego lift. I want to come in and do real deadlifts. Now, they are harder after doing those squats, so I'm going to have to keep getting used to that. And that's my full deadlift warm-up, by the way. So people want to know, how do I warm up? That was my deadlift warm-up. 405. That's what I started with. That's what I put on the bar. I did a couple triples with 315. These felt a little slower off the floor than I'd like. And again, I feel like it's me getting used to the squats. So I just stopped with triples, right? I did 2 triples, and then I went down to 405 and just kind of cranked out some reps, some quality reps. So I think what I'm going to do on these, because I feel like I'm almost worried my hamstrings are regressing because I've taken some of the stuff out. So I've been assessing, what do I think is going to give me the best stimulus, because I don't have any stretch position movements for my hamstrings right now. I've been working on all the deep stretching on everything else, even the deep squats, pause squats for the quads. Right, all my upper body, I'm addressing this stuff. I feel like maybe some RDLs would be appropriate. I'm a fan of RDLs. People have always been like, do you like RDLs? And then they see some of my clients do them. And I've done them in the past, right? No, I think they're great. I have typically programmed more good mornings for my lifters, right? I've typically programmed more good mornings, but I use RDLs for clients. I've used them for myself some in the past. I feel like for me, my real money makers right now are the deep squats, right? For hypertrophy. Front squats are amazing if you can get into a good position. I don't feel that I have the shoulder, really the mobility yet, again, to do some of the different stuff I could do, like a zombie squat or whatever if I needed to. I don't feel I'm in that spot. I'm just going to be honest about it. So I'm going to have to keep working the pullovers, keep working the dead hangs, keep working that shoulder mobility until it's truly healthy and at an acceptable level, which again, I've discussed in podcasts and we've discussed in blogs what I'm doing with it. So I feel like, though, at this point, it's really the deep squats. And then it's like, I love my deadlifts. My deadlifts are always going to be part of my program. I'm always going to want to do some heavy pulls. I feel like I can get away with coming and doing one heavy set of deadlifts and then hammering RDLs. I think that works well for me. And it will kind of come over true to what I'm trying to do with the overall training, because the RDLs are really, for a hamstring exercise, they're really hard to beat. And I'm a little worried my hamstrings are going to regress with what I'm doing. And I've got to be aware of that, especially if I'm going to be cutting. You guys know how muscles can regress. And so I'm trying to recomp as much as I can off all the stretch position stuff, jacking the protein way up while I'm slow cutting. Okay? I feel like that might be what I need. Again, just as a coach, being objective. What I want to do versus what I need. I want to do all-out conventional deadlifts. I was going to accept deficits as a compromise, right? But really objectively, if I look at this as a coach, hypertrophy, the RDL, I can get all my big strength training from one good set of conventional deadlifts. Because even the benching, I'm doing the harder stuff now, right? I can always take that over and do a heavy set of close grip eventually when I'm ready to test it. That'll be fine. So other stuff I know I need to do, I can tell with all this work I'm doing, more ab work would be a good idea, right? I should be doing some ab work. So I did bands today, but I'm like, I probably need to put my slings back up. Put my slings back up on the bar. And it might be time to do some leg raises again, the end of the lower workouts. I think it would be prudent, wouldn't be a bad idea. I just did some standing band crunches today just to get some ab work in, to get in the habit of saying, I need to do some ab work on camera, right? So what are we going to do for changes a little bit? I want to keep hammering the heavy squats. I want to keep hammering the pause squats. I want to keep a heavy set of deadlifts in. I think some RDLs would be a good idea. I think some hanging leg raises would be a good idea. Okay? And I'll be curious to see how that works. If I even want to take, for just a short time, take even the reverse hyper out and use RDLs and see how my low back feels. Might be something I'll mess with. I know that sounds like blasphemy coming from me. But yeah, happy with today's workout overall. Happy with the squatting. Finally feel like I'm really getting into my groove with it. So I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.